I love Nick Cage. He's the gift that keeps on giving. And just like herpes, you can't get rid of him even if you wanted to. He's just wonderful. A gem of a human being. One might even say a natural treasure. But it's been a while since he's been in anything decent. However, this is made by one of the guys who made the Crank movies, and those are brilliant action movies. So that was pretty promising. Now, unfortunately, I did watch a video about this movie a while back by Ralph the Movie Maker, so I knew a little bit more about it than I wanted to. Well, the good thing is, with this movie, it's basically all in the execution and the experience. You can't really ruin it by talking about it. You kinda have to see it. The basic premise is that there's an outbreak of some sort. An epidemic that makes people want to kill their kids. No one else, just their kids. And that's the story. That's it. I mean, it's essentially a commentary on midlife crisis, depression, and people being generally unhappy with their lives. And it kind of takes the sentiment of, sometimes I just want to kill those kids, to the literal extreme, but combine that with excellent direction, snappy, tight, energetic editing, and some pretty funny dialogue, and you got yourself a pretty fun movie. I mean, it's dark, it's definitely that, but I feel like you'd have to be some special kind of moron to take this movie seriously. It's satire, it's black comedy, it's absurdist. You just have to laugh at it. It's insane. You can't take that literally. And the opening scene perfectly sets the mood. And if you take that seriously, you might as well just hit pause and go watch something else. Because you're not gonna like this movie. But I loved it. Maybe my favorite opening scene all year. It's so simple and to the point. You know exactly what you're getting into. You know exactly what you're gonna get. Then there's the title sequence right after that. It has this old-timey kind of Tarantino-esque feel to it. Loved it. Then we have a scene with the whole family in the kitchen that sort of establishes the whole dynamic. It's brilliant. Loved it. Nick Cage goes way over the top. And I wouldn't have it any other way in this movie. Oh, and he's the dad. Selma Blair, who's the mom, plays it a lot more straight. But the contrast between the two kind of works really well, actually. Another thing about the whole kitchen scene was just how much they accomplished in that one scene. They even set up something in passing that I didn't think twice about. But it came right back full circle in the end. Loved it. Then we have some brief gratuitous nudity. Basically unnecessary, but it didn't feel totally out of place. It sort of worked. And let's be honest, I don't mind it. And then the plot really gets going and we get some really over the top shots of people just brutally killing their kids. And then the movie kind of stumbles. We get these quiet scenes that really slow the movie down, and that's when you realize there's nothing there. When it's good, it's really good. Great even. But those slow scenes just mess up the kind of frantic pace. You need to essentially distract yourself from the fact that there's really not much of anything going on beneath the surface, plot-wise. I mean, the premise is just so paper thin. It's basically a zombie movie, where the zombies just wanna kill their kids. But beyond that, there's not really anything to talk about. It's already only an hour and 20 long, so I get why they didn't trim out the fat, because you'd be left with like 70 minutes, if that. But I'd say they pretty much milked the premise dry. And I enjoyed it, sometimes a lot. Now, would I recommend it? Well, it's kinda hard to recommend a movie like this, because I can tell by the critical and audience response that a lot of people didn't like it. But you know what? I'd say give it a shot. And I'll tell you right now that you have not seen this movie before. It's something else. So yeah, go watch it. Or don't. Either way, I'm not gonna brutally murder you because I'm not your dad.